Welcome back to JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Anime Review, episode number 21. Yeah, I know it's been like 2 weeks since the last episode aired, but it's been like a week since I did the last review. Okay, this one I'm reviewing technically the 14th episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures Golden Wind, but it's the 120th episode of the anime known as Express Train to Florence. This is just me, where you have 2 days in a row this week where I review, and they have episodes set on a freaking train. Yeah, as far as I can tell for JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, this is by far the first time I can think of where you have an episode set on a train. Yep. So, their job is to have Bruno's team, who goes to a train station to take this key to unlock something, and this will take to Venice, which will end the missions with the boss. So they find the turtle, apparently a turtle, and it turns out, tries to have keyholes, one in front of it, doesn't work, drink fountain, and the key for the fire hydrant doesn't work either. And then Bruno realizes there's a strange shape on top of this turtle, and it turns out that's where the key needs to go. And apparently, off screen, all 7 people who are here, basically Bruno's team, along with Trish, decided to hide out inside this key, and that's basically where they are. Now, the villains this episode are 2 members of the Hit Squad, who unleash their stands in this episode. One, of course, is a guy whose stand is a little fishing pole. Okay, that is kind of threatening because it's not the first anime I've watched where someone uses a fishing pole as a weapon. The only other series I've seen where a character has used a fishing pole as a weapon is Hunter x Hunter. Though for some reason for that series, the character stopped using his fishing rod after the Heaven's Arena arc, which that particular fishing rod does return for the last mission film. And of course, after that character's fishing rod is never seen again in the franchise. It's like it's completely forgot about just because Nen was introduced, so no need for this particular weapon. Nope. And what does this guy do? He senses 2 life forms inside this frickin' cab. So he basically whips his fishing rod through, and he pulls out the driver. So who's gonna pull the brake when it's time for this train to stop? Who the heck knows? His friend decides to release his stand, known as the Grateful Death, which, look at the stand. This stand has got no legs. Apparently, it walks kind of like a midget, where it has no legs. Looks like shows off some stuff underneath where where its midsection would be, and apparently it's aging everybody to death. Except 3 people are immune to this, which is Trish, Bruno, and there's one I remember, the one with the hat. Look him up in here. Yeah, for some reason, these 3 are actually immune to this, and it's the reason why. Because they drank something cold. Yep. And the assassins are named Presidio and Fermagino. Yeah, and the fishing stand is known as Beach Boy. Yep. And the stand for the turtle is known as Mr. President. Yep. Yep. See, who actually made his debut in the last episode. Yeah, in last week's episode. Yeah. And I also forgot this episode was adapted from chapters 486 to 489 of the manga, which means there's exactly 107 chapters left. So yeah, probably in just a couple episodes we'll have less than 100 chapters left to go. I'm hoping to keep up with this little rate of adapting more than... Well, for a while they were only adapting 3 chapters, and now we're back up to 4. That's great. The fact we're back up to 4 now. Maybe start increasing more to get this go through a little quicker. Yeah, and the whole team... Yeah, No, what's the name of the character? I think his name is Chio. Oh, it's Ma- Misa. Yes, Misa's his name. The only member of the group who actually wears a hat. Actually, one or two people. He's the guy with the red hat with stripes and like dots on it. Yeah, he's immune, Bruno's immune, and Trish is immune. All because of the fact they drank something cold. Though Gorno points out though something interesting though. The fact that he's one of the reasons why Trish is immune, the other reasons why she drank something, because when women got more fat in them, basically they can cool down a lot quicker. And in fact women can actually live a lot longer than men. But yeah, and of course the joke like members like might be a girl. Nope, it's because they drank something cold, and in fact their temperature was a lot colder than everybody else's. That's the reason why they're aging a lot slowly than everybody else's. And it turns out ice does help in restoring people back to normal. And the way they can do it for this particular group is trying to AC. So Misa pops out of the turtle and trying to get something cold. So he goes to press button, and it's a booby trap. Yeah, it turns out pressing the AC does in fact do it. And apparently Presidio was also just happily in a dining car, just eating ice. Yes, seriously. This is what this guy was doing, eating ice while his associate was spreading around a gas that was killing people. So, yeah, drinking like crazy while eating ice, which is something cold. Yeah. Killing indiscriminately. Yeah. Oh yeah, there's also a funny bit at the beginning of the episode where, and here's something I don't understand though. This is Italy. I'm sure they probably have a law where, well, I know here in the United States, where it's required that everybody in a vehicle has to wear a seatbelt. I don't know if that's the case for Italy at all because they're riding in a van and nobody's wearing their seatbelt. That could explain why that Misa decided to, well, when they had it where Bruno hit on the brake, he accidentally fell over and landed in Trish's chest. I'm not kidding, he seriously did that. As for why in the world he did that for, oh, and also, does she say anything to this? The fact that a guy who's slightly older than she is just happened to fall into her chest. Like, right on top of her chest. She doesn't say anything. At all. Which I'm like, I would have thought she would have slapped him for it, or at least said something, but she says nothing. And one thing I did notice though, the whole episode, she says nothing. The only character, I mean, most of the characters do get a chance to get a line in, but not Trish. Nope, she doesn't speak a word in this whole episode. Which is a little weird. I mean, last time I checked, she's not mute. As a matter of fact, she did speak, I believe it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was just a couple episodes back she last spoke, for like speaking one line, and that was it. And in this episode, she doesn't speak a damn word. Not at all. That's one thing I don't like about Trish, is that she doesn't speak very much. And here's the thing about Trish. There's no hint of attraction between her and Gorno, who's supposed to be the main character, who hasn't acted like the main character for the past 7 episodes. I mean, yeah, he gets some exposition. He does point out some stuff, but he doesn't do anything. That's one thing, kind of the weakness of this particular part. It's that the main character of this entire story arc, half the time does nothing. He's there. He doesn't really affect the plot very much. In the case of this episode, he does give advice. But it's like, okay, I get the fact he's trying to help a good supporting cast, but could you not shaft the main character? Seriously. I mean, this guy was good for the first 4 episodes. Once his team got introduced, we gotta shove him aside and make him a supporting character in his own damn story. That's the big weakness, in my opinion, of Golden Wind, where the main character half the time does nothing. I mean, in the last episode, he did something. Yes, it was the first time in probably about 6 episodes he's done anything. And this episode, he just gets exposition. He doesn't do anything at all. Excuse me. If you haven't watched the first 4... Excuse me. If you haven't watched the first 4 story arcs in this show, know that the main character's always doing something. He does drive the plot of this entire series. The supporting characters all drive the plot as well, but at least the main character is not shafted a lot of the time, and most of the time not doing much of anything of note, except being a victim to whoever it's stand. Yeah, that's major weakness this one. Now, I've been reading part 6 or a little bit more, but here's the thing about part 6 I do like. The main character does affect the plot, and she does drive the plot forward. This one, the main character gets shafted. He doesn't do anything at all. Nope. Yeah. Now, there's one character I know he does pop up in this particular one, but it's going to be quite a while before he shows up, because he didn't show up for the last, 40 He doesn't show up for, not doesn't show up until, the last, 30, he doesn't show up for, the last, 40 chapters of this particular section of the manga. It takes him a good long while for them to show up. And this is a character from part 3. And I'm like, okay. I'm sure basically anybody who's read the manga is like, when the heck is this character going to show up? I'm not going to spoil who it is. I will spoil it when he finally does show up in the show. Whenever that will be. I mean, so far, this particular season has been 14 episodes in, and there's about 26 left. So, either one, we're going to have an increased amount of episodes for the remaining chapters of the particular arc, or we might get more episodes. Who the heck knows? I'm still hoping part 6 gets adapted. Yes. Why the hell part 6? Because that particular character is the daughter of the main JoJo from part 3. Yes. And the first female JoJo. Ever again. Now, I do appreciate the fact we get a chance to get some good, stuff where you get a chance to explore Italy, which I know for a fact the writer is a big fan of Italian architecture, and apparently it looks like they go to Rome, but their main goal is to go to Venice. And I know that bad stuff happens in Venice. I'm not going to spoil that. I will spoil it when it comes to that because it doesn't happen that long after this. Okay? So, that's it for this particular review. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a comic corner next. Okay? But do this next review. Bye.